And vegetables. At Bird's Eye, we capture vegetables in their peak brightness with our stay fresh flash freezing process. So the texture is more vibrant than cake. Warmer, some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check your school's system first before it's
Test. Damn. Wisconsin. I must be sitting on it or something. Yeah, I am. Boom, boom, boom. Penn State. Damn, there's a bunch of good games. Yo, what up, Adam? How you doing? Can you hear me all right? Trying to get this set up. I haven't actually done this. I'm doing it for my living room, so let me know. Let me know. Perfect. Cool. How's your Saturday going? What plays did you have? I don't remember seeing your CFB plays. Wisconsin. Yeah, we were on Wisconsin. Yeah, that game didn't even. That was pretty much never a sweat. Interesting. I don't really know. That makes me think that I didn't get to watch the Washington game, but it makes me think that probably was a better bet than it actually looked like from the score. Although I think we only didn't cover by one. What else you got today? I didn't. How the fuck did just go down? Go down. Why is this guy still running? There you go. Game's over. Dang, Bama dodged a bullet. A bullet. A big old bullet. A number 2 bullet. Iowa -3. To be honest, I got Wisconsin money line. Sure, right on. That's probably like 130, 140. Nice. Iowa -3. That looks good. Or that's pretty much done, right? I mean, that's just trying to check this. What else? What else you got? What do you got for the afternoon slate? Bunch of good games. Didn't place for afternoon bet yet. Oh, okay, gotcha. We got a pretty big afternoon slate. I was just waiting for it to load so I could just hit live. I don't know why it's not pulling in. I have Texas alt for small. Let's see if I can get it to load. Texas 14.5. I also took a 27.5, which I regret because I was going to take the alts yesterday, but the way that the market has moved on this, it really looked like the market was going to be moving against me, which didn't happen. So it moved way in my favor. I think this thing swung all the way back to 17. Yeah, sitting at 17. Pretty crazy. There's a bunch of players out for Oklahoma as well. Yeah. Can I get this thing to load? Oh, wrong day. All right, there it is. Should be on here now. There it is. So I took an alt line. Our raw number is 31 on this. I'm going to have to. There we go. You can see those. Perfect. How do I change? Can I change to units? Nope. All right, cool. Let's see. I like Cal money line. Yeah, we're on Cal 3.5 plus 3.5. We got that. Market market kind of bond sold out all week. I think it's sitting at 3 right now. We'll see how that goes. I'm really surprised about the Penn State line. Yeah, Penn State one is interesting to me. 3.5. If we regress a lot later, well, to close we regress 80% versus 70%. At a 70% number, we would bet Penn State. I don't know. I took it for off the numbers, but I don't know. I don't think I'll take it for anything else. All right, I got to figure out how to get this thing higher. How can I do that? Bear with me. What is this gonna look like? This isn't bad. I think this could work. It's a little high, but I don't know. Now I can't see the TV. Whatever. Fuck. Dude, TikTok, bane of my existence. Why TikTok? Life was so easy. Life was so easy. Went down to 3.5. How minus 3.5? I don't think I ever saw that. That's like a 6-point swing. I mean, here I can just look at the odds screener now. Yeah, 3.5. It's been popping 3.5, 3, like literally every day. I think you're talking about Pitt minus 3. We got a fairly good number. We ultimately got a 3, like I don't know, something. I'm a YouTube guy. Yeah, Adam. I'm pretty sure it's just you and me in here, though, right? Which, whatever. I don't really care. For numbers, it's not optimal. Let's put it that way. We'd be having 150 people in a live right now. We can go live. It's just the next strike will cancel will cancel the account. So there's no point, and there's no rhyme or reason why we're getting banned. So, or why we're getting flagged. So it's not worth the risk, because at least we can still post, and seemingly you can post whatever the hell you want. They're not really They're not really interacting with that. Favorite bet today? Emotionally, Texas, I guess. other than that, I don't know. Try to remove as much emotion out of it as I can. How about you? One minute. Boom, boom, boom. I gotta figure this out because this is not gonna work. Ugh. That's just too high. All right, I got this. Miss Loaf, yes, I know. You want to go in the backyard. Huh. What can I do? What can I stack this on? I don't really want to stand. Maybe I do want to stand. Maybe I'll just stand. Saints? No, we're not on Saints this week. Sorry. Here, I'm trying to just get my setup figured out. Be right back. Solid. This might work. This might work. This might work. Bear with me. TikTok is way better getting random people in. Oh yeah, Eric, by like by a trillion. But like I was telling Adam, if we get one more strike, our page gets banned. So doesn't make sense to go live because I couldn't tell you why we're getting flagged. You know, so kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We're here. We're doing our best. Yeah, doing our best. I don't know how to use this, so I'm trying to bear with me. Here's the 330 plays. My bets. Filter. Straight. Just want to today. Whatever. I mean, I hope is this okay, guy? Like, is it okay? Like, at least it's showing you what bets I have, so you can at least see. All right. What was Saints? What do we make the number here? Saints bully the board. I don't think I reran the number with. Yeah, I haven't reran the numbers yet. Sorry, with Desmond Ridder. It's not something I really want to do. We're already betting pretty high volume in the NFL, so and quite frankly, all right, Saints. I think we made the number like 1 or something like this. Just bear with me. Saints we made +1, but that was with assuming Carr was starting. So I don't really have a great sense of what it is without it. I think talk when it comes to sports betting and stuff like that. I saw many accounts that I follow getting banned on live streaming, so you have to be careful. Are you on Texas or Oklahoma? You can see there, Texas 14.5 was a model play. And then I took an alt Texas 27.5. We're on Texas. So the model play, it was that 14.5. We gave that out at open. Our raw number, which we regressed to the market, makes it 31. So I'm going to take a bit of a flyer here on that's why I came up with the 27.5. You could be bold and do the 28, even go to 30, because again, we make it 31. So that's the median of our distribution. Probabilistic wise, right? You're taking a little bit of risk. So I don't know. It's a I don't say flyer. There's strategy behind it, but I'd say there's value on the bet, but it's still a long shot bet. There's an awful lot of streams on the game. There's been an awful lot of steam on this game. Oh yeah, for sure. 14.5. This opened at 16, got about all the way down to 14.5, and then late money sitting now at 17. Market is basically going to close this at 17. So I'm okay with it. We gave it a 14.5 number. So should be good. A lot of steam. Two of the bets were on Bowling Green and Cal. And I would even say Rutgers a bit. The market is less certain, in my opinion. Anybody been to the Cotton Bowl? I think that's probably where we're going to Tennessee next week for Alabama, Tennessee. I think next year I might push us to try to go to the Cotton Bowl and do this game. It's a unique thing though, because you're not really in a game day environment. You obviously are in a game day environment, but you're not on a campus. Looking good so far. Also, I can also notice spreads getting sharper now that we're weeks into the season. Yeah. We'll see how our model performs this week. So far, we're 2-0. We have a big slate. I ended up taking this Purdue bet. We didn't give it out. Model liked it. There's a lot of injury news. Unknown new quarterback for Purdue. I'm going to lean into the variance a bit here, but it's a spot where I probably get burned a lot of the time. There's basically been nonstop steam on the other side supporting Illinois. Purdue has been kind of an underwhelming team, to be honest. I'm going to give them one more shot. We were on them. The whole market was on them when they played Notre Dame. I think we got like 6 points of CLV, and we all got burned. Why you didn't take Bama today? Not enough value for us. I forget what we made the number. We only bet what our model tells you. Why didn't we take South Carolina? Why? I don't get that question. Why do we take anything? It's because of the model.
All right.
This little slate, this little afternoon slate is a pretty big slate. Cow pit. I like the spot a lot more with Ewers. Ewers senior last year, obviously an insanely important rivalry, important for playoff. I really like the maturity I saw in the Michigan game. I think you're going to see a lot of, I don't know. We'll see what we see. It's a rivalry game. Anything can happen. Alabama almost choked again. Yeah, that 2-point conversion for real. I like LSU money line a lot. I don't get that pick at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been hearing that pick quite a lot. I don't see how Alabama is, or LSU just is a much inferior opponent. How are they going to stop Ole Miss? They're not going to. The problem is, I do think Ole Miss defense can have some success against LSU. At best, it's a UCLA LSU rematch. At worst, I think Ole Miss can really whoop that ass. We did go watch the YouTube if you want later. We did a whole breakdown of this. We break down all the big matchups in our YouTube each week. That was one of the games we matched up. If you actually look at at least the variables we like to look at, which we're not doing anything that special, like EPA per play, pass EPA, rush EPA, offense, defense, special teams. Alabama is better in every, or Ole Miss is better in every way. Wow, got a holding call. It's going to be a second and short, third and short. This Cal game. I don't know. I don't like it. I can tell you what our raw number makes it. I can tell you Ole Miss -1. So, I mean, I guess the model kind of agrees with you. Kind of. Bet it. What do I know? I'm not a computer. I can tell you our computer makes it -1. So there you go. There's a little bit of value. Not enough to bet it. That number, just to give you a number, gives you a cover probability for LSU of, if you can bet a 3.5, which I think you can't anymore, you can only get threes. We make the raw number 1. We'd make the true number 3. That's a 0.2%, or it's a 2% edge in favor of LSU. So it doesn't meet our threshold of to bet it. If you look at the actual numbers, though, I just don't know how LSU is going to stop Ole Miss, and I don't know if in a shootout. Yeah, skin on the pick game. Yeah, we're on Cal +3.5. I'm trying to figure out a way to show you guys the afternoon slate that I'm on. Maybe your bets. I can try to Texas. I'm confused. So I selected this. Selected this. That one's just a repeat. Search an option, select an option to create one. Okay, so it doesn't like that. I've never used Picket on my computer. This is the first time. So I can select them, but I don't know what to do with them. So filter. So what this is why it's a lot dumber to me. See, yeah. So yeah. Sorry guys. I don't know. Sorry, I wish I could. Oh, here. Now I can do live. And then when the Texas game starts, it'll pull up the Texas games. Okay, that should work. Do you know the one time that I regret not taking the points was Falcons and Saints week 4? Yeah, I took the money line. Seth, I think money line, no points. I'm taking money line, no points. LSU, fair. I have Pitt on the money line, but I wish you the best on the spread. Shout out. Yeah, we could both win. Whatever. Want you win, I'm wrong. I don't care. Or I'm wrong, you're right. Or I'm right, you're wrong. Hey, Miss Lowe. How are you? Miss Lowe? I'm calling for a big. Can we get like a 49-0 Texas? Hopefully we're both right. I like it. Me too. I hope that's the case. What's money line? -120 or something? Is there sound coming through the? It says there's a sound coming through. I'm just gonna mute that. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Here we go. Let's sweat these Texas Longhorns. Hook them. Hook them. Hook them. Hook them. There we go. Now you guys can see. There's the games I'm on right now. Purdue just got a big bomb. Can you guys hear me all right? Just make sure I'm good. I have my setup here, but I haven't actually. I think you should be able to hear me okay, but I can bring the mic closer if need be. All right, first play, sack. Thanks. Appreciate you guys. These cookies are the best part of Halloween. Well, 3 and out. Adam, why not take Penn State? If you like, I feel like Penn State USC is a better version of LSU Ole Miss. Oh, interception. Wow. He was wide open. Wow. Wide open. Yeah, Cal's doing okay. I mean, it's a lot of games, 3 hours. Hey, Purdue held Illinois to a field goal. I'll take it. That's an INT. Wow. 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 Get this kid down, man. Where was so they went Oregon to Texas? Kirk Herbstreit. I do Oregon to Texas. You can't always get what you want. Penn State played LSU last week. Who they play the week before? Illinois. Illinois is good, and quite frankly, so is UCLA from a betting standpoint. I think they've covered every game except Hawaii. Ironically, our model showed a lot of value on UCLA versus LSU and versus Penn State. We were on them last week, So we were if this would have got to 3.5 earlier in the week, we would have bet it. But unfortunately, we didn't. I don't know. I'm not fully convinced college is anywhere as efficient as NFL. In fact, we've talked about changing our strategy. We might start betting. We might start betting like Wednesday because we're just seeing that things pretty much move against us early and then they move late back to us. There's like maybe one or two things that we end up not betting, and we just get so much better numbers. There isn't really that, like, we're not getting like, because we have to update our database. We have to update the database as far as like the spreads to circa. So we're not even like betting the true open, like the most raw, like, true open lines. So we don't get like the crazy errors. We're getting like 10 minutes in, and there's some pretty good lines, but quite frankly, they usually come back later in the week. Like, we got 3.5 Cal. I think it's going to end up closing at 3. I think it closed at 3. So we got a half point of CLV, and that's an important hook. That 3.5 was available on Thursday. Yeah, I'm watching it. I got 7 games going. No, 6 games going. Oh. All right. They should be punting this, right? Cal's going for 2, man. 6-0. They didn't get it. They went for 2. I don't know what that's all about. I've been kind of seeing that. Is that a trend? Teams are going for 2. NFL's way better, more efficient. I don't know. You just mean more efficient? I mean, the liquidity is definitely not even close. NFL's liquidity is insane. We've seen CLV on every pick this week. It misses it. That's big. That's big. Turnovers on average are worth about 2.4 points. So to get away with no points there is a big deal. That's a big deal. We just got bailed out. When I take a team plus the points, I take them either at the week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday. But when I take them minus the points, I take them. Yeah, the problem. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, so we did this last year. Like, you have to, like, I'm in the market, like, studying these by the hour. Last year, I would say that you couldn't do that. If you didn't get the best number, the number didn't reappear. Like, if you didn't get the 3.5, and then it was 3, and then 2.5, like, you were never given the opportunity. This year, for whatever reason, we've seen this over and over each week. We bet it, and it moves against us, and then it comes all the way back to us. Or we bet it, we get insane CLV, and then it comes, but it doesn't matter because by close, it's still all the way back to us. So I don't really know what that phenomenon is. I don't know. Again, ultimately, I guess it doesn't really matter because you pretty much keep ending up in the same spot. And because we're not betting limits at circa yet, like, it doesn't matter if we bet it. You may argue you could get some more information, and I wouldn't disagree. Wouldn't disagree with that. That PAT is going to be important in this cover. There goes, that hook is going to be meaningless. That's a bummer. And a 15-yard mask. Penn State first down. All right, let's see what Texas has in the bag. Ewers hasn't thrown a game. Was that week 2, 3? Week 2 he got injured. 3 he got injured. 4. Oh, fumble. Wow. Did you see Jags game got to 7 today? Or Buffalo or Baltimore got to 7? Very interesting. Very interesting. Definitely a fan. Glad to see that. I think we're on different sides there, Adam, but that's a big move this late. Wonder if it got bought back. Doo-doo. Yeah, 7 at Circa. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Wow, Penn State. Penn State. Third and 6, third and 4, third and 5. Cal to stop. They got a. I don't know if you saw. They had a fumble. I don't know if it was an incomplete pass or it was a fumble but it looked like a fumble. So you dodged a big bullet there. I don't. Does Pitt have a new head coach? I haven't really paid attention too much. Michael, you are just a pessimist because they just got a first down. You said a 7-0, they missed a PAT. You said they got to stop and they just got a first down. You just be saying anything, man. You must just be a hardcore pessimist. What do you have this morning? I only had Wisconsin. Wisconsin, and then we were on Northwestern last night. What is the live line on this game? It can you not do like multiple like?
Look at that. It's a movie theater in your living room. What? You want to go to the gym. Then you remember gyms. Bring the gym to you.
Touchdown, Penn State. Yeah, look at how juicy these are at retail books. 11? Holy shit. I do not chase, but if I can get a 10, if I can get a 10 or lower minus 110, I think I'm gonna have to bet this. Put Manning in, please. No, I don't. I think you want Arch. Pitt and 140. What does that mean? Pitt and 140. Pitt and 140. Minus 140.
Dedicated syntax service rep. Help make sure your team where to help keep them looking great.
Dude, you can get Texas minus 11.5 at ESPN. Market makers all have this at 11 though, so you're look at how much you're getting taxed. Look at how much Caesars is literally. Sick. That is sick. Whatever. Let's get back to sweating these. Is this better? Is this more clear? Yo, what up, Zach? How's everyone doing? How are the people doing? How are the people doing?
So Texas is trying to weather a shaky start. Their interception, the overthrow, back pump, then they hit 2 yards with a penalty.
I mean, Zach. Come on. I'm on 14.5 model play, and then I took an alt 27.5 ish. You can see there. I'll be interested to see what they make this Texas line if Oklahoma puts some points up on the less than 10. No points is at 11. It's gonna go down. I'll pull it up what the market has. Oh, I think there was there just a turnover? I'm on the under. What did it end up closing at? You got like a 49 or something? 49.5, 50. What did it end up closing at? Or what did you get it at? So far, the under is your friend. I think earlier in the week when I looked at it, it was around 50. Big sack, dude. How do you take a 20-yard sack? 47.5. Wow. I think I got bet way under. I think look ahead on this was 11. So I think that's why you're seeing market kind of settle in on that number. Quick score 10-0 in this Purdue game. 10 seconds left. They had held them to a field goal before. That's what I was concerned of, is like Purdue hold for a little bit and then they just literally shit the bed. What's your favorite sport you like to watch? I mean, I pretty much watch all the college NFL games. At this point, it's definitely more of a job than a. So trying to do this professionally has definitely taken the sheen off of everything. Then I used to just kind of love. I mean, I still do love to watch the games and then bet on them, but because a lot of the times I'm not like 90%, 70% of the time I'm betting on USC just took the lead. I didn't realize Penn State, they must have called that. USC scored a touchdown. It is now 7. or it's going to be 6-3 with the PAT incoming. So yeah, I don't know. I watch all the NFL. I watch all the college, especially the games I bet. Oh, let me finish with that. I don't really bet on games necessarily I want to bet on, right? And in fact, a lot of the time I'm betting on games that I wouldn't bet on or would bet the other side. So in that way, it kind of takes a lot of the fun out of it. But it also increases the winning. So, you know, I have a issue, man. I don't like to watch games when I'm not betting on them. Oh, I don't think that that's the case at all. I think betting on the games makes them more entertaining. But the thing is, you're betting on the games based off what you think will happen, and so there's a connection of you forecasting and then you being right or wrong, and then when you're right, you get a dopamine hit. I'm betting on games that I would definitely bet Texas. That's definitely something I would do. I would never be taking Cal plus 3.5. I definitely wouldn't be betting on a Wisconsin game. I definitely wouldn't have been betting on a Northwestern plus 11.5. I mean, we bet gross stuff. I'm on Purdue 23.5. I would never bet that. I barely even wanted to bet it. There are other reasons why I didn't want to bet it, but yeah, I mean, so you end up being on a lot of gross stuff. So I don't think you're out of the norm. Do you ever do an eye test on plays? No. There's no such thing as an eye test on plays. It's just you trying to use your worst mental model to justify you liking or not liking. Now, there may be a reason you don't bet something because of injuries. Injuries are a big one. Probably the biggest one. College is a little bit of an exception. I'll give you a sliver of an exception. There definitely are teams that you just can't bet on because in college, unlike in the NFL, kids truly do give up. Like teams do literally give up. Purdue is probably about to be on the list. We'll see. Maybe they can. They had a new quarterback. We didn't give this out. I bet it personally because there's a new quarterback. I thought there's going to be variance with a new quarterback. I figured I'll just play the variance. I can be on the wrong side. I can be on the right side. But I forget what I was saying, but eye test. Yeah, so unless there's an injury, there's no such thing as an eye test. You bet what the model tells you. Why? You got to remember, I'm competing my mental model versus 6,500 observations of games and variables that are statistically significant. Your mental model cannot even stack up. And that's the reality why recreational bettors are losers, guys. Your mental model can do an okay job. Like, don't get me wrong, but you remember you have to overcome the VIG. It's really difficult to do that just by intuition. UCLA had a QB who never started before, and he looked great versus Penn State. Yeah, we were on them last week. Another variance spot. Miller Moss would light them up. Do you do any eye tests on their plays? Yeah, we'll see. A lot of their stuff was kind of in the middle. I'm surprised to see them go down this down the seam. Oh yeah, they stretched him and just took off. Definitely Penn State defense is not what they were last year. I will say, though, this Penn State offense is a lot more robust than they were last year. So, you can kind of get in a shootout here pretty quickly. Do you shop odds, right? Oh, yeah. The biggest thing you can do if you're not a professional or you're a professional is you can shop the odds. Ultimately, what odd shopping does is just reduces the amount of times you have to be right? It reduces your break-even price. I mean, you can see, look at the Cal bet I have on here, right? I have Cal plus 3.5 minus 105, I believe, minus 108, right? So my break even percentage on that bet, I have to be right less often. Trent is on Texas, man. He jinxed it. He is his stadium also. Yeah, I don't really give a shit about that because Trent's going to be right about 50% of the time. He just guesses. He wins all the time. He wins about 50% of the time. he's just created being a quote unquote jinx into being into a business. This is the reason you can't fade the public, right? If you fade the public, you're not doing what you think you're doing. The book can quote unquote fade the public because they make you lay minus 110, which means they get effectively plus 110. So they get 50, they have to be right 47 point 47.6% of the time, right? So you still have to be right 52.4% of the time because you have to lay minus 110. So even though you're fading the public and the book might fade the public, you can't do what they can do. That's why they use the market. That's why the line moves. The market that's going on by professionals shaping the line, that's how they know what the true price should be. Oh, damn. I doubt that that's true, Adam. I doubt that that's true. I bet you he's 50%. You're hyper focusing on parlays and stuff like that, where the break even is like 10%, 15%. I bet you if you aggregated his single leg parts of minus 110 bet, I bet you he's pretty close to 50-50. And the reason I feel confident in that isn't because of him. It's because he bets late into markets, and the markets are really efficient. Oh, you guys see my cat? A Sophie Loaf. Surprised. Urs is surprised to see this. Wow, and he fumbled. Wow. Wow. We've seen more efficiency from Oklahoma than we have Texas, that wasn't on my bingo card. It's very hard to lose more than you win percentage-wise, not money. It's very hard to lose more than you win percentage-wise, not money-wise. Michael, yeah, I couldn't really disagree more with you on that. Well, I guess I don't disagree with you, but I would say the really important part of that sentence is at what break-even price. I would disagree with you. If you're betting minus 110, actually, it doesn't matter. Actually, I take that back. It doesn't matter. That's not true what you just said. Percentage-wise is directly correlated to break-even, which is directly correlated to your profit. Like, I think you're trying to imply like, oh, people are betting minus 500 and then they're right more often. Maybe. I think most people are betting, sides and totals, player props. A lot of that stuff's priced at minus 110. But if you're right more often than you're wrong, you would be profitable. Depends on your average odds. Yeah, but say I think that's what you're saying. Like if you bet a bunch of 500 minus 500 plays, yeah, you're going to be right more often. But if in your statement you said you're right more often than you're wrong, well, you would be profitable. So if you bet minus 500 and you were right, you would be profitable. Like if I don't know, I can't remember. I think it's like 65, 70% is minus 500. So say you're right, break even 70% of the time, and percentage wise, you're right more often. You're right 73% of the time. You would be profitable. You would make money. Should be like 50% win loss. Plus 100 is exactly 50%. Zach, you're not calculating your break even. That's the biggest thing I could try to get you to do. Convert your odds to break even. The way you do that is risk divided by risk plus reward. So 100, in this case, plus 100, risk, you're risking 100. Risk divided by risk plus reward. So you risk 100 plus you win 100. So you'll be 100 divided by 200, which is 50% break even probability. Minus 110, you're risking 110 divided by risking 110 plus you'll win 100. So 110 divided by 210, you will get 52.38. And that's how you know minus 110 break even is 52.38. If you minus 500, you would be 500 divided by 500 plus 100 or 600. So you get 500 divided by 600 and you'll get whatever that number is. That's how you calculate what your break even percentage is, and the way you calculate your VIG is you do that for both sides. So you 52.3 minus 110, you convert those to implied probability. 52.38 plus 52.38 is around 4.5%. So on an average 110 bet, there's 4.5% hold in that market. I think they're going to get it. They're going to get a field goal here. If you bet into a mature market and betting at even 110, chances are if you bet 10 games, you're going to win 5, break even, but lose the hold. Yeah, I agree with that statement 100%. I agree with that 100%. But remember, you said that your percentages would be, but you would have won 50% of the time, and your break even was 52.38. And so I think maybe we're saying the same thing. I misinterpreted your statement. But yeah, if you don't bet with an edge, you just regress towards the hold. So in this case, negative 2 point whatever percent, 2.38, 2.4%. You're going to regress to that loss. So that's my larger point with Trent. If he's betting straight sides and totals, which I see him do a lot, he's just regressing to a negative hold, but he for sure wins around 50% of the time. Maybe he's more biased than most. Maybe he's right 48% of the time. All right, here you go. That's good. 3-0. Live market on this. Tens. Actually, hold on. Eight and a half at bookmaker. Pinnacles at 8.5. Retail books are point inflated. Of course, they always are. You get a 9. I'm not going to chase this. I'm not going to chase it. But I think FanDuel 9.5 minus 108 is. I mean, Texas can cover a 10-point spread in a half, We've seen Texas basically pass up opportunities here. Like, Ewers has made mistakes. So if he gets it together, which you have a lot of reason to believe he would, I don't know. I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to chase it. We're saying the same. Yeah. Sounds like Michael. My bad. Pitt scored. I think, are they winning now? And that PAT is going to haunt us. That PAT is going to haunt us. Dude, afternoon slates have just been brutal to me lately. But whatever. There's a lot of game left. Wow. Penn State. Miller Moss. Miller. Mac Miller. TD Pitt. What I meant was if it was easy to lose, people could pick the teams they like and then reverse it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's true. Well, you'll hear that actually a lot. I'm just taking the reverse. Whatever I say, I'm just taking the reverse. Perfect. There maybe you could argue cigarettes and diet, but I'd probably put sports betting as the number one industry where they profit on the ignorance of their clientele. My eye test has been pretty good, but I don't watch enough teams. You mean confirmation bias? What's your record? You bet over or under 100 games this season. What's your record in that 100 games? I'm not saying it can't happen. I can eye test college a lot better than the NFL. I've made money. I've been profitable betting college with no model. But yeah. I'm not an eye test better. Let's just put it that way. Well, like Auburn, OU, I watched both teams close and took OU. And you got lucky on a pick six at the end of the game where if they would have ran it, you wouldn't have had an opportunity. That's selection bias, Zach. You can't be results oriented. That's the worst thing you can do in this game. You can make a bad bet and win, and you can make a good bet and lose. Doesn't mean you have a good process. Doesn't work because you're always gonna regress to the mean. Well, unless your mean is something different, like you have an edge, so you're regressing to a different mean. But yeah, I agree. You're regressing to a mean, and 98% of bettors are regressing to the hold. I totally agree with this. I mean, is that even up for debate? I mean, you can calculate all this stuff. Like these are all public companies, so they have to publish their earnings. Can't believe this Texas line is at 8.5. Yeah, let's see. Retail. Oh yeah, DraftKings at 8.5. Yeah, but you got to look at the market making books. Let's see what market making books have. Texas, yeah, 8. Circa's at 8. So 8.5. 8.5, 115 isn't the craziest. But they're just taxing you because you want to bet. Fanatics actually has the best number. They just moved to 115. And yeah, they're just going to tax because they know the public wants to bet Texas. Make America great again. It's so great. It's so great. Make it so great again. All right, here we go, Texas. Let's get it all back. Wow, they're getting so much pressure. I'm really surprised by this. The Sooners have really not been able to stop the pass, so I'm pretty surprised. As long as Pickett record is solid, I believe you. So yeah, I mean, my record is on Pickett. I can't believe this Texas line is -1.5. As long as, I mean, we're literally looking at Pickett right now. Out of bounds. Holding probably. 7 at -150 in Fanatics. Wow. The problem is I know I'm on a YouTube feed. YouTube's like a minute and a half behind. So unless you guys are ahead of me, like they probably already punted. Holding. So they just got a holding call. That's why. It was defensive holding? We'll see. We'll see what ends up. Wow. That's close. They're gonna review this. Yeah. Wow. Wow, that's so close. Good. I don't know that you're gonna have enough. USC doing their thing. What is USC doing? Maybe my prior is just too much. I'll have to look. I'll look. My defensive prior just needs to. USC touchdown. USC is fucking good last year. How do you can't see from that angle? Field stands. I agree. It should stand. It should stand. It should stand. It should stand. All right, we're getting some movement. That's good. Oh, they're gonna give him to him? Give me the first. First down. Should I put my Texas gear on? Fanatics limited me my first month. Shout out, Zach. Do you chase steam a lot? Couple yards. 10-minute max bet. It was such a good book and gave me so many boosts. I found that since they switched to where were they before? I can't even remember. PointsBet. PointsBet was a good place to bet. I don't find myself betting very much on Fanatics. That mostly because my odds provider, they're like direct feed is always has issues. I feel like. Oh my gosh! All right, guys, here we go. Texas, we're gonna get Texas going here. Here we go, boys. Here we go, boys. Here we go, boys. Texas is getting going. Texas is getting going. Pitts driving again. Hate to see that. Oh no, they're not. They're down on their 10-yard line. Unsportsmanlike conduct, Illinois, first down. Purdue, give it to me, baby. I mostly did NBA player props. I need to sign up my family member and use theirs. Lol. You just buy eye tests. You're not chasing steam. I find that hard to believe, Zach. All right, here we go. We got to get 7 here. Okay. All right. First down, Pitt. Get the first touchdown. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Texas. I just use eye test for some college bets this year. I can hardly find an edge and want to use my boost. Find an edge. I don't. Shut up. Wow. Penn State not able to move the ball on USC. That's interesting. First and goal, guys. Second and goal for Purdue. 10-0. This touchdown here would be big for me because they're just chunking on the ground and they're just chewing up clock. Down the middle, 7-0. 7-3, sorry. 7-3, Texas. All right. Let's just hope we awoke a Goliath. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let us go. Let us go. All right, I'm going to go pee.
IHG One Rewards, 19 hotel brands, 6,000 global destinations. One loyalty program that you get what you get.
The new $7 experience box from Taco Bell. You get 5 layers of burrito, with a solo taco, and chicken with a separate. Only not less about it. It's the price. The new $7 Lux Fragrance Box. Only at Taco Bell. When you can't rely on technology, you can't rely on Mountain Cold Refreshing. Think about it. Coors Light. Choose chip. Hey, Mark. What are you doing, buddy?
Always wanted to be in a Pokemon, right? I grew these flowers myself. More so, I grew it first. Check this. Showtime.
Roll with that. Popeye's crispy, juicy, tender, signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces of the chicken you crave for just $5. We don't make sense. We make chicken. He didn't start. He just keep the lights on. Lucky for you, Shopify
just protect me. Guy happens to championship.
All right. I had to put my burnt horn on. Burnt orange on. All right. I think Florida will cover just based off history and how bad Tennessee has looked. The problem with the boost is that they limit you to 100, 200. Try making money on those limits, boosts, and bonuses. Bets are only good for futures. It's the only thing I'll ever use them on. Yeah, like FanDuel is $10 max. Yeah, I don't even mess around. I don't even use boosts. I feel like that's how they pop you. That's how they get you first. We're actually on Florida. Our model likes Florida. We're on Florida minus. Wow, interception. Wow, USC is doing work. Thank God it wasn't a play. Guess the model knew something. Yeah, we're on Florida 16.5. Alt spreads to get higher odds plus boost. Yeah, I like FanDuel. Yeah, actually, that's the optimal way to use boost. Your expected value is just higher using higher odds because it's the free roll. But for what? But for plus 350 for $20. Whatever. I get it. It's money. It's free money. But yeah, it's not. Yeah, here I can tell you where it is now. All right, let's get some mistakes. I really want to owe you mistake. Yeah, 14.5 across the board right now. Market makers 14, circa at 14.5, Pinnacle at 14, bookmaker Chris at 14.5. Here we go. Here's the implode. Here we go, guys. 11s, 8s, 9s is all good. Gonna see. Bet Rivers. Yeah, I don't know where we bet it. Not at Bet Rivers. I don't know. Doesn't matter. You can't get it anymore. They took a field goal. Damn. 3-10 in Illinois. 5 minutes left, though. But this Illinois team can score fast. There's a lost soul. FanDuel is where we got this 16.5. Sing his songs true. How do models work? Like what data is used? Play-by-play data. I mean, you could use any data for a model, but best understand that's where lines come from. Come from models. It's not some dude in a room just like guessing. They're just small analytic teams. They throw up a number, and then they let a market dynamic bang it into place. Purdue's still keeping it close. Yeah, I would really prefer a touchdown there at that first and goal. It was first and goal on like the 4, and they got a false start. Models, yeah, I mean, any good models using play-by-play data and then deriving statistics from those play-by-play data. But, the more you can't just be using yards per play and stuff like you're not adding anything to a market. Yards per play, points per game, these types of metrics, this is what the book is using to create a power rating. And then from there, they throw that number up and they'll let the market do the rest. ESPN bet has 16.5, minus 25. Yeah, but I have a minus 110. Our break evens are night and day. Not trying to steal your secrets. I'm just curious. Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Just took USC minus 7, 110. I don't really have a great way to price that. But wow, Pitt's winning that game. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. 2 possessions. They were +3, 10-point swing. I don't know. I really don't know what's good and bad in live markets. Huddle I used to have a feed for Huddle, which they price everything, but I don't have it anymore. So strengths of competition too, figure that matters a lot, especially in college ball. Kinda. But that's just it's a very difficult analytical thing to do. That's why, like, if you look at strength of schedule in college, it gets tricky. It's a very difficult metric because the problem with strength of schedule is it requires you to know how strong a team is, and you don't know that a priori. You think you have an idea of what a team is forecasted to be, but it changes in season. So you'll see a lot of the good, like even ESPN. If you go to ESPN, it'll tell you what their actual strength of schedule is versus their forecasted strength of schedule. Talent is how we go about it. So we adjust all of our numbers for the talent. So you have a talent rating for each roster based off of their roster. And this will tell you kind of relative to each team. But I mean, I think we have like something like 80 variables in our models, right? So that's a small part of it. Oh, there's a bunch of teams. Vandy, what about Vandy? ASU, you just said you were betting on ASU. They were bottom of but it's a double-edged sword. Michigan State, bottom of the Big Ten. Probably going to be one of the worst teams in the Big Ten. UCLA, bottom of the Big Ten. Probably going to end up being one of the worst teams in the Big Ten. It's tricky. So, for a game, you don't really give a shit about that. You can do some adjustment to your play-by-play data based off of the talent. That's one way. That's not as easy to do, though. Again, it's not like a straightforward analytical approach to just quote unquote adjust. How do you quantify strength of schedule? There's a number of different ways. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this stuff is subjective in a way. There's one way that jumps right off the bat. So there's a couple ways. You can look at, okay, what's the average? So you have a power rating, right, for every team. Then sitting at the time of preseason, you can say, what's the average opponent look like for this team, right? What's the average power rating of opponent? And then you can rank schedules by teams with the average highest or with the highest average. Wow, defensive holding and passing, roughing the passer. You could see the average power rating team that a team plays. You could do this with EPA. You can rank them based off that. Yeah, without inputting bias. Like AP rankings, a lot of stuff shouldn't matter. Yeah, AP rankings don't matter. They're not as crazy as you would think, but also they use a lot of data. Those guys have every variable that you could ever think of. Now they're using their mental computers versus, an actual computer. So, there's bias there. And, a huge part of the AP rankings matter where you start, right? If you start close to the top, you're going to stay at the top. Army, Navy right now, they're never going to be in the top 25, but I'm not saying they should be, but they're good teams, but it's hard to quantify those things. Even a team like Cal. Dan Cal. Cal field goal? Oh, okay. Right down the middle. All right, fourth down. All right, here we go, Texas. Chop 'em wood. 8. We just need Cal's defense to step up. Her lost soul, sing his songs true. Make Southern boy cry, make a Northeast man confused.
The emotions over the years, the Red River rivalry, new conference, same bad blood.
What it called when you see after a game a team had like 70% of win, 7% even though they lost. What it called, like Vandy shouldn't have won against Missouri, but lost to Bama. Should have won it, but lost to Bama off data. Nah, that's not exactly the correct interpretation, Zach. It's just given at that point in time how much percentage chance they have to win. So, percent chance of winning a game is based off of a lot of a number of factors, but each model, is different. So I don't know, you've probably accessed it on ESPN or something, but it's just telling you based off the game state that the game is in, point differential, so on and so forth. What's the probability at that point in time they win the game? The reason those models they're meant to be descriptive, not predictive. Right. So just because right in this moment you have a 70% chance of winning, well, you could do something on the very next play that alters your percentage chance of winning. It's not necessarily saying that given all the options that can happen, you have a 70% chance of winning. Well, I don't know. The game is dynamic, I guess is a better way of saying it. But I guess you're ultimately saying, I mean, this is the difference between outcome versus process, right? So the other point I would say there is you only get to live in the universe where it happens one time. But if you played it out 70% of the time, it probably is that the team wins 70% of the time and loses 30% of the time. You just see one of those things. What is the name for that? That's called variance. Variance is the difference around a central tendency. Variance isn't as easily applicable to a percentage, but like if you think about, say it takes you on average 30 minutes to get to work, but one day it might take you 35 minutes and one day it take you 25 minutes. That difference between 35 and 25, even though your average is 30, is variance. Auburn, you said I got lucky. You definitely got lucky. You were losing by like 6 or something with like 6 minutes left. The only reason I know that is because we were on OU. So I know that because I know I got lucky. But it's variance. It's just variance. If you played that game out 100 times, they lose. Right? They win 7, they lose. If they had a 70% chance of winning, they win 7, they lose 3. But you only live in the universe where it happens one time. So you just happen to live in the universe where they won, which was a 30% chance, became a 100% chance. Flip a coin 10 times. I don't know. I hear some other sport bettors use post-game data. Yeah, you can grade. No. See, they're grading a bet. So they're saying like, this is what the game state had and should have resulted in. So in this case, you said that the team should have won 70% of the time, but they lost. So you can look to see, okay, what was the percent chance they actually had and what was the outcome? Maybe you said, I was on the team that lost, even though they should have won 70% of the time. You can confirm that given the box score. And then you can say, all right, well, my process is sound because I did identify the better bet. It just happened to lose this one time. Again, that's variance. Don't know if anyone had bets on boxing in here, but Dimitri got this full. Interesting, Michael. I don't know anything about boxing. All right, here we go, Texas. Big third down. A lot more time than the Tennessee or than the Michigan game. Ewers overthrowing guys. This is interesting. Yeah, Zach, I mean, I'll repeat it one more time. You use in-game data, so you use the box score of the actual game to say what should have happened. What, based off this box score, should a team won or lost? And then you can compare that to what actually happened. Then you can link that to the decision-making you made pregame. Why would you do that? Because, again, you're trying to grade your pregame process. You don't give a shit about the post-game process. Yes, you can make it as complicated as you want. You could run sims on the play-by-play data in that game and see what happens a high proportion of the time or what happens on average. You can compare what happens on average or what should have happened on average versus what actually happened versus what you thought would happen, right? It's a way to grade your system. Because, again, variance. So you could bet 10 games, have the correct forecast in all 10 of them, and they all lose. That can happen. Zach, I don't. I'm just gonna. I don't know what I don't really know what you're trying to say. I don't really care.
Plays have had a big role in this series over the years, especially on the offenses that don't make it.
Well, you wonder about that. I wonder about is Jack.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. Quinn Ewers overthrowing guys. Okay, man. It's all right. I'll figure it out. Not trying to bug you. Zach, I don't know what you're trying to actually figure out, though. You're just saying vague things. I just described to you why you would grade a game, how you would grade a game, how you would look at it, grade the result based off a statistical approach to tell you what should have happened versus what actually happened and why you would want to do that. I don't really know beyond that. You have something very specific I think you're trying to do, but I don't, it's not clear to me what that is.
The loss against Tennessee, three turnovers. But since then, since losing his job to a freshman, he says stayed.
Yeah. Everybody I talked with this week on the OU side.
Any NFL passer? Yeah, we're on. It's no longer available. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. We're on. Here, I can just show you. There you go, Jamari Gibbs. The problem is, I really wouldn't go above 105 here, and you can't get anything better than minus 114 in the market. So you have to bet it at your own risk. It's no longer expected value. Now, we're looking at two different processes. Oh, wow. Illinois did score. Jeez. They got the ball again? Yeah. So we run sims on the distribution, and it was EV, and then we combine that with linking it up to a pass funnel or a run funnel or whatever. In this case, this is a run funnel against Dallas's defense. So if you think that the sim is still not capturing the kind of angle, feel free, but again, I got it at a very different price. Post-game winning expectancy, found it. Shout out. All right, there you go. All it is just based off the play-by-play stats of that game on running a model of past games that had these stats, what the outcome was. Why would you do that? Because again, you're trying to grade your process. How lucky did a team get, basically, or not? I think Parker does a fair amount of work around it. Go to Stats of War, his page. I think he does I thought he did last year. I haven't actually looked at his page. He tracks some stuff around that. I don't know if it's useful for you or not, but it's cool to see if a team got lucky and to grade yourself. No, we're not on Ohio State. Our model shows a teeny bit of value on. Dude, Purdue went from holding on to not. They're going to give up a touchdown right before the half. I was really worried about that. Our model shows a teeny bit of value on Oregon. I think I would not bet them at the threes. I think you needed to get a 3.5. I haven't looked, but the market was sitting at threes earlier today. Wow. I can only throw it. So true. All right, here we go, viewers. Wow. So surprised by Oklahoma's pass defense. They're really playing a lot better than they have. Touchdown, Illinois. Wow. All right, got it first. Okay. All right. Probably Texas moving. Yeah, I agree. We got to get a touchdown here, though. What's the temperature in Dallas right now? Hot as frick. $93. Woo! Hold on to that ball. Not gonna lie, everything on screen isn't looking good. I mean, maybe. Cal is 1st and 10. They score, they're covering. I don't know. I don't have the Bowling Green game up, so I don't know. Texas just scored. This isn't dynamic. Like it's I have to refresh it. Sure. Maybe they'll lose them. Maybe they'll all lose. That's the game, man. But you got a lot left. A lot of game left. Lot of game left. Full halves in all of these. This Purdue game, that one, I'm okay with losing that one because we didn't give it out. So, I'm okay just losing it myself. At least the members aren't going to lose it. Damn. Here. They'll review this, but you can see. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. I feel like this game could be a very different situation. 3rd and 12 in Cal game. How is it already 4th down in I feel like I'm just gonna have to figure out how to get. I'm just gonna have to turn off and just watch Cal and Illinois alone. I got the 4 screener up, and it just is very difficult to keep track of. This the quarterback that's starting today though for Purdue. He's been able to run the ball a bit. So lucky. That would have been a 20 touchback. We got bailed out. Memphis looks legit. What is that? What are they going on? I almost bet against them. That Memphis team, dude, is fucking night and day. How's Arizona doing? Notre Dame rolling. 14-0. They had a weird game against Middle Tennessee. I know we were on the AAC. I there's so much variance. I may in the off season. I may do enough analysis to not bet in those non G5 schools. Oh wow, Cal just took a licking. Wow, good block. No idea why MTSU fired their coach. They used to be pretty good. True. Northeast make you. We need a hold here. We need to bring back Arch. What? You're Kevin tripping. Kevin tripping out here. Although he probably wouldn't have had those overthrows, so maybe you're right. Maybe it'd be 21-3. What's going on in this Cal game? Looks like there's about to be a fight breaking out. You rule. They got him to give him a 15-yard penalty, I think. What do you think the score would be, Kevin? 21-3? 17-3? I'll take it. I'll take a 17-3. Wow, okay. It ended in halftime. Wild. Penn State, man. Penn State. Arch is more fun to watch. I guess. He probably would have scrambled a little bit more for sure. 21 sounds right. Yeah, I guess the difference between a cover and a not. Dos Equis playbook. When you can drink as much as you possibly can, you just drink. And you just drink more. Drink dose. It's crazy how we have like one common drug that we're all like, yep, you can use that one. That one's a good, that drug's, that one, yep, it's a good one. That's pretty gnarly. Penn State didn't know how to travel well or something. Yeah, guess so. Or they, Cali weed hit them. Is it hot in California? I know it was in Northern California. That's a long flight. I wonder where they fly out of. There probably is a. Is there a big enough plane to get them out of Happy Valley? Or do they have to like drive to Philly? Like Harrisburg or something? That's a long flight. I did it many, many times. It's like a 8-hour, or no, it's like a 6-hour flight, 5-hour flight. K-State, Colorado, no. The last of the games are these three right here. Florida 16.5, Vandy 12.5, which you can still get, I think. And US, which is Southern Miss. Southern Miss. This afternoon. We need to get one or two of these. It would be really big for us. We need to win we need to win 3 more games today in order to be profitable this week in college. We have a big NFL day tomorrow. Oh, yes! Give it to me, baby. Give me corduroy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Why not meth? I don't know. I'm a pharmacist. I literally spent like 6 years of my life studying drugs. Alcohol is like one of the dirtiest drugs too. Like there's so much better shit that is like healthier. Touchdown, Texas. Damn. Zach's got the feed of the feed. Damn, they got a sword. They got a sword. They got a sword. Bomb. Let's go. Shoot out. Shoot out. Jags. We're on Jags. What number did you get? We got I think a 2.5. We're on Jags. Saints. No opinion. I haven't rerun the numbers with Rattler, so I don't know. I really don't. I have no anything. TD Texas. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go. It's a big PAT. Drown that. Boom. Boom. Alcohol is literally poison. Yeah, I kind of. It's more complicated than that. People get that wrong. Like, it's bad for your liver, but really, it's the metabolites that are bad for your liver. So your body metabolizes it into acetaldehyde, and then acetaldehyde gets bound up by your liver basically, and it can hurt your liver. So you drink a lot, it fucks your liver up. But yeah, no, you're right. It's poison. I guess what does poison mean? But I think you probably just mean it's bad for you. I agree. It's bad for you. And the more you do, the worse it is. The thing I've always wanted to do, but it's too illegal and I don't want to lose my license, is benzodiazepines like Xanax or lorazepam or diazepam, whatever, any benzodiazepine basically works almost the same as it works through the same GABA pathways as alcohol. So in theory, you should be able to just have a benzodiazepine and be drunk, but you shouldn't get hungover. You shouldn't get hungover, and it shouldn't hurt you in any way. But the problem is, you have to do what I would call a supra therapeutic dose, right? Although it's tricky because if it's treating anxiety, is it a super therapeutic dose? I don't know. You could see it's a slippery slope. Don't want to give it. Oh, he was down. He was down. He was down. He was down. Ball spoke, will fumble again. The player was down. Perfect. Good. Love to see the review. Oh, that ball is out. Who was on it? That's amazing. Ativan is wonderful. Yeah, so it's a benzo. It just basically is a different way of doing the same thing alcohol is doing, but you probably don't get benzo. You probably don't get hungover. The problem is it's obviously habit forming. Texas on it. This game. Sounds about right. All right. Do you think we can get a score here? Let's go. Let's go. Your model showed Texas minus 19. Yeah, when we regress to the market, the raw number is 31, but we don't use the raw number. We regress to the market. Yeah, I think it was 19 or 20 or something like this. Here, I can look right now. Bond. Bond's out. Minus 20 is what I would call the true number. I don't know what if you have access to the model right now and it shows that, then go by that. Damn, Bond out. That's a big deal. Benzo withdrawal is not nice, just as bad as alcohol. Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. Oh, they had him. Yeah. And you can actually die from benzo just like you can alcohol, because what happens is your GABA is inhibitory, so it slows basically cellular responses. And so you have this dynamic of I think it's NAD. No, not NAD. I can't remember. I don't remember my pharmacology to this degree, but basically GABA is inhibitory. So you're perpetuating GABA. The more you do, the more you drink, the more you use benzos. But then you stop. And so you get a surge of excitatory aspect in your neurons. It could lead to seizures because you just get this surge of basically what you would call normal, but because you've been inhibiting it for, chronically for so long. So benzos are the one thing you basically won't give like antidotes for. If you see a benzodiazepine overdose, you'll actually just intubate and manage symptoms because you can breathe for them, you can stabilize them. But if you reverse, you can give them you can send them into a seizure, and then obviously that's not ideal. Yeah, I have a 28.5. As you can see, 27.5. Here, I'll be right back. Someone's outside. What are they doing? They're gonna kick this field goal? They're gonna go for it? I say you go for it. I love the farm alive. Yeah, you're at the tip top of my knowledge though. I haven't practiced, and that's actually funny. You're saying that. I have to. The past 2 days, I have had to take CEs to renew my license. I have to renew it by the end of the month, but I don't practice anymore, so I don't know. I've forgotten a lot. Yeah, I have a friend who went through those withdrawals, crashed his car doing it. Oh shoot. Yeah, and then benzos are dangerous when you combine them with alcohol and opioids. The combination of opioids and benzos is literally like it's a huge issue. And so that's the problem. Like if you legalize like benzos, like you could just make benzos into a drink and you just start drinking benzos, right? But then people abuse other stuff, and then then now all of a sudden, instead of a therapeutic, it's got a big risk curve. Sorry to hear that about your friend, Zach. I hope they're okay. I can't remember. I was trying to think what's the reversal agent for benzos. I can't remember. I used to know all this stuff. Fomepizole, maybe? Fomepizole. They're going to give you a hold. Yeah, last time I saw him, he was doing whippets. I guess those are illegal somehow. Oh yeah, they're all slow. The respiratory system. Kinda. So opioids do. It's complicated, but it's kind of. So you can say yes. When you combine them together, yes. You can't really overdose on benzos only. If you only ingested benzos, it's pretty hard to just die only from benzo ingestion. But yeah, missed it. Oh, whistle before. Ooh, bailed him out. Bailed him out, baby. Bailed us out. Hook him. Is it a pick six? Oh. Benzos slow the respiration rate. Benzos can slow the respiration rate. Opioids can truly like stop you from breathing. So when you combine the two, no bueno. 17 points in 21 for Texas is crazy. I would say yes, but to be honest, I would call this regression to the mean. I mean, market dynamic is saying 17 is the 50-50 number. I would say the true number is even higher than that. I would say that the first however many minutes was variance, and then you're seeing it regress to the actual mean, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's not crazy, but no, he missed that one too. Never mind, he missed it. Only good 14. Oh, I should have known better, Zach. Who's the guy that's like saying all the stuff before it happens? Was it you, Zach? All right, guys. I think I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna go get some lunch. If it's tight, I'll get on for the 4th if you guys want to hang out. If it ends up just being a blowout, I'll probably just stay away, just because obviously you don't want to hear me talking about a blowout. Rest of the day, I guess, just to be transparent, open. We got Texas 16.5, Vandy 12.5. Southern Miss 6.5. I think we gave out a 7. I wish wasn't able to catch it before we gave it out. And then you can see here Purdue 23.5, Texas 14.5, NIU 3, and Cal 3.5. Those are the model plays. And then I played Texas 28 and PSU and Purdue extra. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you enjoy the rest of your I hope you go the rest of your Saturday. Go Vols. I'll be in Tennessee next weekend. If you're there, come say hi. All right, guys. Be well. Enjoy your Saturday. I'll talk to you all soon.